Hey, podcaster. So many of you have been asking me about Substack. And behind the scenes, I've been running a masterclass called Substack for Podcasters and Thought Leaders. And it has been so cool. But I feel like I'm not sharing the goodness with you. So today, let's talk about Substack and how you are sitting on a gold mine of content that could actually be getting you paid for all your past episodes. Does that sound good? Are you ready? Let's go. Welcome to the Podcast Authority Architect. I'm Jen Dragonette, podcast strategist, founder of Dragonette Productions, and someone who built a top-ranked podcast by going against everything the industry told me to do. This show is for the thought leader, the change maker, who's done performing for strangers, building something by someone else's strategy, and ready to build a podcast that actually leaves an impact through real relationships, real growth, and a platform that supports the business and life you're building. Because you're not here to be a ripple. You're here to make a tsunami. Let's go. Okay, podcaster, here's the thing. You are sitting on so much gold. Whether you have a podcast, you have past courses, you have past master classes, there is so much content that can be remodeled over on Substack without a ton of effort that could be getting you paid. Now, first, I have to tell you this difference between repurpose and remodel. We are no longer copying and pasting. That is your fastest way to burn out and to lose your audience. We are remodeling your content to work for that platform. Now, what is Substack? It's like a newsletter meets Twitter or Threads, meets community, meets low-end coaching, all the things, right? So when you're putting out your content, instead of putting out a blog, you're putting out a newsletter in the confines of what a newsletter should be. And when people subscribe to your Substack, whether it's free, paid, or founding, they get it delivered to their email. So you're building your email list. Fastest I've ever built an email list ever in my life. I got 89 subscribers, AKA 89 emails that I can actually export from the platform and put into my other platform. But I got 89 of them in 30 days. I also made $264 in those 30 days remodeling my podcast content. The same with one of my clients. I'm remodeling. She isn't even in Substack and she already has 3 subscribers. One of them we turned on her paid on Friday. By Monday, she had a paid subscriber who bought in for an entire year. This platform is gold. They also have built-in podcasting features, which I am not going to fully recommend yet because I have not tested it. I have not tried it. I have not done all the things over there yet. So I can't guarantee that, but it's a great place to collaborate and to grow. It's like, for me, you can go live in there. You can even record their podcast in there. You can do all these things, but it's that collaboration piece because, as you know, around here, people first, right? People first business, people first marketing. People are who is buying your stuff, who is saying yes to taking the next step with you. We try to go to the masses when if we could take that down a few notches, go beyond those mass numbers and talk to people, that's where the gold happens. And that's what Substack does. I am having so many beautiful conversations, so many collaborations that it is actually unheard of. So what do I mean by remodel versus repurpose? Remodeling is taking your current transcripts, your current videos from past courses, your past content that you're not using anymore, and reworking it in a way that looks like a newsletter and works like a newsletter. And you're setting it up in what I call the 3 different rooms. Your free is your front porch. You're inviting people to come up to the front porch. They're hanging out with you. Maybe they're having a cup of, lemonade or whatever it is you're serving. And then your invite in to get in the door, they have to pay for an invite. And once they're in that door, you give them the rest of the content, the ones that help them go deeper, that takes that first step, that second step, the third step. And then there's a level that I call the inner circle. These are the people that can come knock on your door pretty much whenever, and they get a welcome in. These are your besties. Now, why this is important is that this is mostly a low entry. So think like $5 to $20 to come into your party, more for your founding members, depending on what you're offering them, but allowing them to come in. Here's the thing. Once you open up that energetic exchange where you're pouring into them, they're even giving you $5 back. It is easier to convert someone who's already said yes to you than to someone who's cold, who's never opened that energetic exchange of your information for money. I am finding that my people who are coming into my Substack paid, when I'm having conversations with them, when I'm going deeper with them, when they're getting those small wins through my Substack, I've also gathered 3 paid coaching clients. This is like the back end of podcasting that we have been begging for. And I'm really excited about this because it's not necessarily a lot more work. Like I said, I'm doing this for one of my clients and she's not creating any new content right now. We are purely 100% remodeling her old remodeling her old content, her old programs. They're still valid. They're still useful. They're just not what she's currently offering. So there's so much that you can do with this, and Substack really rewards people having conversations. And it actually there's one part that's kind of like a little bit social media, like I said, that's X or Threads. It's called Notes. And the algorithm is very generous. There's a specific way that when you subscribe to different people and you follow different people and you engage with different people, it puts other people's information in your notes thread. And that's how you find new people. But it's really, the whole platform is based off of what I love, which is community building, right? Complete community building. Refer other people, connect, collaborate, do collaborative posts, guest posts on other people's Substacks. There's a lot of ways, but it really is a way to build community, which I think is where we're going, right? Because I think almost over is the age of where we're going to get a lot of people to purchase from us because we're dancing or doing some cool thing or having some trending audio or those kind of things over on different platforms. I think it's really going to be about depth. I'm finding for me and the people that are in my inner circle, Substack, podcasting, conversations, in-person networking, that's where the money is coming from. That's where we're building the community. That's where we're building the people that refer us out. And I think that that's going to keep happening. I keep hearing trust recession, because what is it, more than half of the people that you're interacting with online are bots now? We're so flooded with AI. When you can tell it's a human, that's the magic, right? That's why that's why things like Substack, where you can actually have conversations in the back end. Does that mean there's no AI over there? Not at all. There's definitely AI over there. But it's a place that allows you to go deeper, to create community, to build community, to do all these things. And as a podcaster who has any amount of episodes, you already have content that you can remodel. And yes, you can use AI to remodel it in the right way. Again, we are not copying and pasting. We are not letting AI change our words. We are still being ourselves, but we're letting AI help us remodel the content to make sense for that platform. And I think this is what's important for us to know. And this is why I'm so excited about Substack. And this is why every month I offer Substack for podcasters and thought leaders. Whether you're thinking about it or you're already doing it, there's a way that it can be done where it doesn't have to be hard. My clients are getting results fast. I have one person that we sat down and we did her blueprint, and all of a sudden she's like, I have a subscriber. My subscribers are going up every week. And I'm like, yeah, it's not super fast, but she's already getting paid for content that she's already created. And that's where the magic is. That's where the stuff happens. That's where all these things start to feel really good, right? Is where we start to get momentum without having to change who we are having to create a bunch of content. Because even repurposing, when you're cutting and pasting and you're using these AI clips that they create from your videos and all this other crap that doesn't work, it takes effort. You're still having to download them, upload them, come up with captions. You're still having to do all the stinking work, which takes up mental brain space, having to log into all these different things or schedule all these different things. When if you kind of distilled it down to what's actually working and what actually connects you to other humans, that's where the magic happens. And Substack, a lot of magic is happening over there. A lot. And it is effort. Everything is effort. I put probably 3 hours a week into my Substack. How much marketing was I putting when I was trying to do Facebook and Instagram and TikTok and Pinterest and LinkedIn and all these other things? Way more than that. But I'm not doing that anymore. And why I think that Substack is so important, and this is something that I heard from Kelly Roach, is that readers are leaders. And it is a platform that's based on reading. Yes, there's video. Yes, there's all these other things that we can be doing over there. But people are going there for long form, get in, get juicy, get some wins, take the next step, get to know you, pay you, open the energetic exchange. That's what people are doing there. People are over on social brain numbing because we're so overwhelmed. You can't even capture people for like 6 to 8 seconds most of the time over there anymore, where people are reading articles for 4 minutes, 5 minutes, watching lives, watching their friends collaborate with other people when they go do a dual live over there. And there's just more and more features that just keep coming out. So if you're sitting on Substack and you're sitting on a pile of content, whether that's podcasts, past blogs, articles, even you can remodel some of your social media stuff over there. Not all of it. You can remodel it. Do not copy and paste it over there. Do not ruin the platform by being one of those people. But if you're really sitting with this and you want to know, like, hey, is this for me? On June 16th, I am offering the next masterclass. If you're watching this after, I do these every month, Substack for podcasters and thought leaders. And all you do is show up. It's a hot seat. So I teach for a few minutes and then bring a piece of content and we will rework it for you live so that you can see how simple this can be for your own business. Come spend an hour and a half with us and really let yourself see the magic of this platform. It's like nothing I've ever seen. And you know me, I'm like, depth, go deep, go deep. If you're a person who wants depth, you're a person who wants to make change in the world, and you're a person who wants to make a lot of income because more income you make, the bigger impact you can make, then you want to be there. And if you just want to skip the line and you want to do a 3-hour intensive with me where we build out your whole Substack plan, that we can do too. But I want you to start looking at your content. It's sitting there. Yes, podcasting is great because even though it's sitting there, if you've positioned it correctly with the right SEO and it's timeless content, that content will still drive people to it, right? But Substack is where you can start making money from that content immediately when they find it. Immediately. You don't have to wait for them to listen to it. Hopefully click a link that still works from 2 years ago and all of those things. Like Substack is what I truly believe podcasters have been missing, because Substack is like an extension of your podcast. Your podcast is going into their subconscious mind. Substack is where they get to take those first actions. It's where they get to make that first monetary payment into your system. Once they're in your system, you can invite them into other things, and they already trust you, and they've already showed you they've trusted you by opening their wallets and spending the time reading and liking and commenting on your content. It's a magical platform for podcasters because you're people that want to go deep. And I think that this is the next level for deep and connection that we have not been seeing on podcasts. So again, Substack for podcasters and thought leaders. Link is down in the show notes. You can join us. If you missed the June one, don't worry. There will be a July one and an August and a September, because I'm all in. I'm all in. And I think you should be all in too, because yes, our podcasts can grow, help us grow our business, but I really think that community proximity is what's going to actually grow your business, increase your ROI even more than a podcast. So if this is something that you're interested in, if you want to know more about it, you can even reach out. If it's in between master classes, reach out. Let's just have a conversation, not a sales call, just a conversation. Because I think that this is a great step right now. I don't know how long. This could be something like Clubhouse that fell off after a year and a half. But right now, Substack is, I'm going to say hands down, one of the best ways to build community with two-way conversations. And podcasting is the best way to build authority and community if you're doing it correctly. So combined, it's like you become unstoppable. So if it's something you're interested in, get down in the show notes, grab yourself a spot. I only do 20 seats per masterclass because I want to hot seat as many people in there as possible so that you can get a little action for your own specific business to move forward. And that's where the magic happens. So that being said, is Substack for you? Are you already on Substack? If you're already on Substack, find me over there. I'm Built From Story or under Jennifer Dragonette, because I want to connect with you. I want to show your Substack some love. I want to subscribe. I want to know what you're doing. I think we should connect. That link's also in the show notes. Don't do what I just did ever with so many different calls to action, but I'm going to break the rules for this one because I think it's really important. Anyways, think about Substack. Do the thing. Because you deserve to be seen, you deserve to be heard, you deserve to make an impact in the world, and you can do it if you get out of your own way and picking the right platforms to show up on. Got it? So go out, make today amazing, because you are beautiful, you are wonderful, you are worthy, and your story deserves a microphone. Now go do the thing.